All right, so let's summarize our setup for triple integrals and spherical coordinates. Let's suppose that we have a continuous function f on a domain in space such that the following is true. So let's say our domain in space can be defined as a set of points in spherical coordinates such that rho is between two values, or it could be two functions of theta and phi. So I'm going to call that g of theta phi less than or equal to rho less than or equal to h of theta phi, where both g and h are also continuous functions. Let's suppose that phi is between two functions of theta. So we have that phi, oops, I was drawing a theta and then phi is between some function h of theta and some function g of theta, and that theta is between two constant values. Let's call them two angles, so alpha and beta. So there's our domain, and we're assuming that gh, lowercase and uppercase, are all continuous, so our triple integral setup is as follows. We will always do rho simple first. So we've got integral from, so our triple integral over d of our function with respect, with differential v equals. Outer integral will be theta from alpha to beta. Middle integral, we need the limits of integration for phi from g of theta to h of theta. Innermost integral will correspond to the limits of integration for rho, which could be functions of theta and phi. Our function f, which if we change to spherical coordinates, x would be rho sine phi cosine theta. Y is rho sine phi sine theta. And z is rho cosine phi. And our volume element, I'm going to write it here, dv, because I can't fit it in, where dv, this is very important, is going to be rho squared sine phi times d rho d phi d theta. So there is our volume element that we cannot forget when we integrate with spherical coordinates. All right, our next few videos we'll just do some examples, setting up and integrating functions over regions that can be described with spherical coordinates.